good morning, and happy Fry Slay. And welcome to the Rise and Slay Morning Show. My name is Rochelle Slay Queen Hemingway, CEO and founder of Slay to Success. I advise and empower women professionals, especially women veterans, to step into their most authentic personal brand to gain lucrative opportunities. Because in this next chapter, as we all know, when we get that next act, we want to step out boldly. All right, we're trying to go into those passions and those interests that we've been putting on a shelf or putting out there, and we just never went back to it. So I help women to get back to it. Sorry, I had my phone here and it just almost fell over, y'all. So um, I do this in a number of different ways, but it starts with the word slay. Slay means to kill it, to dominate it, and to nail it, to be on point, to impress greatly, to dream big and work hard until you own it. It is also an acronym, and it stands for Universal Life and Leadership Philosophies that really resonated with me the most and allowed me to gain so many different opportunities within my military career and outside the military career. And each letter is represented by a grounding philosophy. So S, stay ready, be ready. L, lead out loud. A sense of community, a sense of family. And Y, you are built to last. So I'm a professional keynote speaker, an image consultant, a personal brand expert, an author of several different books. In fact, I've got two of my books here, right here. Okay. Here's one for women over 40 who are wanting to develop and create a personal brand for them in the next chapter, wherever that is for them. And this one is for when I go into organizations and I do presentations, and it speaks to everybody. I also wrote my first book here. As you can see, it's here on the top of the books here, and it's about my military journey, my experiences, and it talks about the slay in its whole entirety. Okay, so if you're here in the building, I want to recognize you for being here live with me this morning. Hey, Chevy. Good morning, Queen. How are you? And happy 43rd birthday. Okay, Queen, it's going to be an amazing year. I'm so happy to hear that you're here with me so that I can recognize you here live on your birthday. And I know there's so many people who had birthdays over the past few months. Man, it's just amazing to see us grow and develop into the women that we are striving to be. So thank you so much for being here today. And as anyone comes in here, you're welcome, Queen. As anyone comes in, make sure that you let us know where you're streaming in from, your name, and all that good stuff so I can give you a shout out. Because today's conversation, y'all, is going to be absolutely slay amazing. Okay, I'm already putting it out there. You will have some takeaways, some insights, some tips on how you can continue to build your personal brand. Because I want to make sure your personal brand is attracting opportunities, and not just any opportunity, the right opportunities. And so today we're going to have an extensive conversation about this. I won't be here too long, but I do have some notes to make sure I keep on track this morning. So if anything is jiving with you and you're like, oh my gosh, you know what? I have some more information to share, or you just want to add value to the conversation, please make sure that you do so. So, okay, again, on the Rise and Slay Morning Show, I talk about first about my workout. So, yes, I did work out this morning, y'all. I just wanted to make sure that you know that I did 30 minutes of walk and run, which is some interval running on the treadmill. And then I got on the bike and I did some arm interval and some bike spin intervals. Did some ab work, and now I'm here with you all. So, I'm ready to slay the day. Okay. So when I talk about personal branding, I would just want to make sure that I'm clear on what it is that I'm talking about, because sometimes people are like, oh my gosh, this is like a business thing, or this is something that's not achievable, or I don't even understand what she is referring to. Personal branding is really about putting a concerted effort towards letting people know what you're working on, usually in an effort to build expertise and visibility in your respective industry. All right. This is being very intentional. Okay. And it allows people to participate and you to participate in opportunities that might otherwise be closed. So our work and our reputation is going to truly speak for us, even when we can't influence decision making. All this to say, we are top of mind, okay, with whatever we're doing, because we have built a personal brand so strong that it attracts opportunities within the opportunities. And if you are an aspiring business owner, or if you're starting out as a business owner, or if you're in an executive leadership role like a C suite position, or you're getting ready to go into one, it is critical that you have a personal brand that everyone understands and can get behind. All right. It's your vision, it is your value. All right. And it's about visibility. So I speak to this because I understand the power of having a strong, memorable personal brand. Over the past few years, I have been getting opportunities on opportunities, but over the last 3 months, y'all, because I have been consistent in talking about personal brand, talking about what the elements are, talking about, how you can develop one, I have seen multiple opportunities come my way. And so I have presentations that I am speaking to. I have about 5 presentations between now and the end of November that I have been given an opportunity to showcase my business. I have onboarded 3 new clients who want to develop their personal brand in the last 25, 30 days. It is possible for you to build a strong personal brand in the field of your expertise and to gain the right opportunities. So, what happens when you build a strong, memorable personal brand is that it allows doors to be open and the opportunities start flowing. And then you're going to start slaying to a whole new level. So, when I retired from the military, and yes, y'all, I am a veteran. I retired after serving 30 years in the United States Air Force, huh? And I had no idea what I was going to do in retirement. I mean, I was dabbling in a little bit of things, like I was speaking and I was starting to do live shows, but I didn't understand where it was going to really take me. So I had a lot of uncertainty, but when I decided to really find out who I was and who I wanted to be and what I wanted to be known for, I just started stepping into that. And that's been really allowing people to see my most authentic self, my best, most authentic self. Okay. Because we could be our authentic selves, but we got to be at our best. Thank you so much, Queen. Thank you. It's been a long road, as you know. It's been a lot of ups and downs and in between. But when you start to see that your personal brand and what you built is starting to come to fruition, you'll understand that that's what the path that you need to be on and to stay consistent with it. So when do you know that your brand is actually working for you? Okay. Um, what happens is it's kind of subtle. You don't really see it in the moment, but after a while, you're like, wow, I just got invited to come and share a message over here. Or I got invited over here into a special occasion or a celebration or a symposium or whatnot. It's bold. It starts coming like right in front of your face. It's undeniable. And here's how you know when the spotlight is shining on your brand. Okay, number one, you stop chasing for opportunities. Okay, number one, you stop chasing for opportunities. They start finding you. Um, Most of the speaking engagements that I have been invited to is be from word of mouth or referrals. There was only 2 opportunities that I actually invested in. But from all the other opportunities to see either between podcasts, speaking in person, speaking on virtual, um, uh, presenting workshops on personal branding, they've all been word of mouth from the community and the network that I have built. So I don't have to chase anymore. So whether you're collaborating or it's in your career advancement or you're looking to build something as a community leader, a nonprofit perhaps that you want to start or be a part of, people will start to recognize your unique value and reach out because they see you as the solution that they need. Your mission, if you will, should be able to solve a problem. All right. If it does not solve a problem, go back to the drawing board and kind of see where you can realign. I solve quite a few problems. All right. One, and they're not really problems, they're challenges, if you will. One is confidence level. A lot of women that I work with either have, a low self-esteem or low confidence level, maybe from a particular situation, or, someone doubting them because they believe what everybody tells them. And I'll tell you that once you build your personal brand, people might not understand right away. I remember at my last assignment, and I got on stage, y'all, and I was telling people, hey, we're going to slay it. And here's all the things that is involved with slay. I got mocked. Okay. And someone came to me and told me, hey, they're talking behind your back. They're making fun of the slay. They're not really understanding what you're talking about. And I said, wow, I've been sharing with them for about 6 months now, and they still, feel like it's just kind of like this quirky thing, and it's just whatever, right? And for me, I was like, I'm hanging my hat up on values, on my vision. All right. I understand where I'm going and what this all means. And now I have to share in such a way where they're going to see it for themselves. And it takes time. All right. So this is high risk. Okay. So today is National Brave Day. All right. Today's National Brave Day as well, which means that this is a day that they have allotted for women to recognize other women, to uplift, inspire, empower. Um, Yesterday or a couple days ago? Well, yesterday, I don't even know, y'all. I like days are running to each other, but I was invited to be a keynote speaker for a National Brave Day celebration. And I was talking about, building your brand, your personal brand, and how people will not understand right away. And people who don't understand, they fear the unknown. And then when they fear that, then they might make fun of you. So it's high risk. All right. They may dismiss you. They may think that you're a joke. I want you to understand, if you believe in what you're doing and how you want to show up and how you want to be perceived, I need you to keep going. Don't stop, okay? Because if you're so convicted into your personal brand and how you're showing up, eventually the right people will come to you and be a part of the movement. So what I'm creating is a movement. Yes, it is a business, but again, I help to solve confidence levels. If somebody is not really showing up as their most authentic self and they don't know how to do that, I work with them on their mindset. I work with them on developing a personal brand strategy, and then we leverage it. Okay. And leveraging it is on multiple levels. And that's either through visibility, through, LinkedIn, which is my platform that I'm on, and you'll see me there every day, y'all. Or, being able to get speaking engagements, go on other people's platforms and share your message. So that's kind of how I support and help and solve a problem. And then I am being asked to solve the solution or be the solution to this issue, if we will. Now, it's a tool. Personal branding is a tool. It is not the all to be all, y'all. Okay. You do have to have competence. All right. You do have to have expertise. You do have to have experience, and you do have to have some skills. This is just a tool, and it's part of how do you grow. Okay. So the other part of it is, instead of constantly trying to connect, I notice new people are reaching out to me every single day. Good morning, Camille. What's going on, Queen? Look at all that, girl. I love all the names. All right, recognize. I see you. Okay. And I just want to congratulate you on all your successes. So thank you so much for showing up with us live as well. And I hope you're doing well this morning on this Friday. Okay. And it is Chevy's birthday, and she's here with us live. So we're just making a whole big to do about it. Okay. So you'll know when your personal brand is attracting opportunities when your network starts to grow organically. There's not a lot of pull and push. I am on calls all the time with different people around the world, and I don't have to do a lot. I go to networking events in person. And I notice new people are reaching out to me more so now than ever. Um, People that I may not even have considered. Yesterday, I was on a phone call. It was a discovery call for a man, and his name is Brad Walsh. And he created a podcast to specifically amplify women's voices. I would have never met him if I didn't meet another woman that I got on a call with that I met from another woman. You know what I mean? So, when you can see that you're starting to connect to people that you may not even been consider, you are building a personal brand that is attracting opportunities. And these are leaders, these are decision makers, they're influencers, and they're going to naturally guide and gravitate towards you because your brand speaks volumes before you even say a word. Okay. So, thank you for sharing, Queen, because I'm ready to have some speaking opportunities because I'm inspired by what you have achieved and doing. Yes. And that's what it's all about. When you're a part of a community where other women are uplifting you and they want to see you shine and win, you don't have any other option that's to step into what you want to do. So I am so excited about your journey. And yes, you're going to get more speaking opportunities. Yes, Queen. And hey, Tish. How are you? I have not talked to you in a while. Yes, and she's saying happy birthday to Chevy and good morning. Yes, good morning and happy Fry Slave. Happy Fry Slave. So, ladies, okay, so what I said for the first thing when you know your personal brand is attracting opportunity is one, opportunity start finding you. And two, your network starts to grow organically. Okay, you don't have to do too much work about it. The third thing here is not every opportunity is the opportunity. Okay. Every opportunity is not the opportunity. When I am speaking to someone for the first time and I feel or sense that we're not in alignment, I don't go into, hey, I got a talk show. Hey, you would be a great guest to be on a show. No. Or, hey, I've got a workshop. I want to invite you to the workshop. No. Okay. Because it has to be in alignment. The folks that you put into your community have to know and understand what you're bringing. All right. But when your brand is sharp and it is aligned with your vision and your values, you're going to start to receive invites that perfectly fit your vision. Okay, perfectly. So here recently, and again, this has been a journey for me, y'all. I started Slay to Success in 2000, officially in 2023. I had started in 2022, but I was in the state of Virginia because I thought that's where we were moving. But I changed and I said, you know what? I'm going to put a lot of effort into building my brand. And over the past year, I have seen so many opportunities come my way, and I had just stepped into them, and they have been in alignment with my vision. All right. And I've had to say no to some things. Yes. And you do, Tish. You have to learn to say yes to the right things because people are going to get you tripped up. And then you're going to feel it in your spirit and in your soul that this is not the right thing for you to be doing. And this is not what you decided like you were going to do in the first place. So we have to be able to regulate, all right, and decide for ourselves and use the power of discernment and know when these things are good and when they're not good for our brand. Okay. So we're just not going to be getting invited. All right. We're going to start to get invited to the right tables. When you build a personal brand and everyone knows and understand what this brand means and how it could help the right people, you're going to start seeing people are going to bring you into the fold. Okay. So There's no more playing around with the personal brand strategy. You have to be invested and go all in. And that's what I decided to do. I go all in. All right. So think about it. All right. Are you getting invited to the right tables? If you're not, then maybe there's some adjustments. And if you're having some difficulties or some challenges, come see about me. All right. I will help you. I have programs, I have courses, I have workshops to help you to get to where you want to be. Yes, Tish, right. You're doubling down on you in 2025. Absolutely. Because this is a time where we can start betting on ourselves. In my community, there's a lot of women who have decided that they don't want to just write the path. They want to be trailblazers. They want to be game changers. They want to be influencers. They want to be inspirers. They want to do a little bit more than what the average kind of path has been. And so this again is a concerted effort. It's intentional, and there's some work behind it. But I'll guarantee you, when you start to put in the right work for the right reasons and you go back to your why all the time, like, why did I do what I'm doing? Then you're going to see there's going to be some positive results for it. And you're going to know when your brand is working when people are consistently reflecting your message back to you. Okay. They'll say things like, you're exactly who we need. Okay. Or I've heard so much about your work. I've heard so much about you. For instance, my newest client, okay, she owns a nonprofit organization, and she really wants to, change the way that she shows up, visible, her visible appearance, her body language, her behaviors, communication skills, and her online presence, because she is a veteran and she has seen that she's been in transition for a very long time. And now she just wants to showcase her nonprofit. She does have a profit business as well, but she wants to do it in such a way where she is getting the right opportunity. So we're going to be working for the next 6 weeks to do that and build that out for her, right? Well, she asked me to be a part of an event that she's going to be putting on here. And when she shared that with some of her people that she knows, someone said, the Slay Queen is going to be at the event. And she says, the Slay Queen? And so she told me, she says, oh, when I told her that you were going to be part of the event, it was absolutely this like excitement, this air that I didn't know. And so when we start to hear that people know us for what we want to be known for, it's affirmation that our personal brand is not just visible, but it's actually memorable. So when you build a strong, memorable personal brand, everything changes. I've seen it firsthand. Everything changes. Okay. I am not speaking to the same things that I spoke to when I was in the military. Now, I do share some of my military experiences in now my business because there's some parallels to it. But everything has changed. You're going to start to see like the world more clearly, the real authentic you. It's like putting on a new pair of glasses, okay? And that suddenly everything is just much clearer. So our personal brand doesn't just speak for us, it advocates for us even when we're not in the room. So again, I remember when I was still in the military and I was looking for a job. I was going to be out of a job. I was at the time in a chief master sergeant billet, if you will, in a position. I was a senior master sergeant. They got a chief that came in, y'all. And so I somehow had to find a job. Well, my boss went to a meeting and they had an opportunity, and my boss said, I got the perfect person for you. She came back one day and she said, hey, I found a job for you. And it was in a higher level position across the installation in a different community outside in my AFSC, which is my Air Force specialty code, which at the time I was in the medical community. And so when we understand that our personal brand is going to advocate for us when we're not even in the room. We know we are building a personal brand that is attracting the right opportunity. It's going to unlock the doors, okay? And it elevates you from just being another professional to the expert in the field. When I say I'm a personal brand expert, it's because I have show right here, okay? I have 2 books that I've written. I am visibly creating a brand with a foundation, which is, I'm trying to point to it, y'all, Slay, all right, with all the things that go into it. And so that's how I show up. I know it was like Chevy. If you if you see, like, when people come to you and say, hey, I heard about you, or I'm so excited and I'm finally meeting you in person. I have been to events, and y'all know about LinkedIn. Okay, I network a lot, and I'll go to events and people will notice me right away, okay? Because they say, oh, I seen you on LinkedIn. Man, I knew you were going to be here. I was just excited that you were going to be in. All these things are so incredible because we have purposely, okay, created a persona, if you will. All right. And they start to recognize us for our unique strengths, for our unique talents. They remember our name, our values, and the energy that we're bringing to the room. Okay. It has to be a high level positive energy that people are attracted. You do not want to be repelling. I have seen people get all dressed up to the nines and they look the part. But when you start to communicate them, it is all off. They snub you, they feel threatened by you, they don't invite you in, they feel like you are trying to take something from them, and it is not in sync. So you have to have the right energy. And it's going to give you the confidence to really own your voice and to take those bold steps that get you noticed. It allows others people to trust you, all right? Because guess what? People are investing in you. And so you have to be able to bring it, all right? Bring what they are asking for you to do. I know people who have paid into other people and they do not bring, they have little to no effort to really get you to where you want to go. And that is something that I continuously hear, that people are just charging people at the yang yang and giving them nothing in return. So we have to be able to figure out how we are going to allow what we are bringing to add much value to the people, organization, or the places that we're going to. Okay. Whether you're leading a team or you're pitching to a new client, y'all, or pivoting in your career, because I do have a client who is actually pivoting in their career right now, and they're wanting to speak and write books and to get out in front of people. And I'm like, your brand is your secret weapon for creating lasting impact. Okay. But here's where we just need to stop again. Personal branding isn't about blending in. It's about standing out. So sometimes we got to go out of the box to really make it happen. So I'm going to give you some tips on kind of my journey, okay? And out of the box thinking so you can start to see how you can do it for yourself. Recently got clarity in my author rebranding. Keep watching. It is coming. Yes, Queen. I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. Okay. Congratulations. And yes, Camille and Chevy, y'all know. Okay. Y'all know people out here just doing a whole lot of talking and not delivering. Okay. They not quite sure of their own personal brand, which is um their values, their unique skills, their talents or whatnot. And so they throwing people off, and then you walk away with, I could have just learned that on my own, or I could have done that on my own. What was I thinking? All right. So I'm going to give you 3 out of the box tips for building a personal brand that people can't help but remember. Okay. One is you got to create a signature look or a statement piece. My go to, as you know, is the color pink. You will find me dressed down in pink. I like bold patterns. I like textures. I like, like I like anything that's got the color pink in it. It's recognizable, and it's not about what I'm saying, it's about how I'm showing up. All right. So if you see somebody who's doing something very consistently, it could be anything from like bold red lipstick to unique accessories that you want to wear. All right. Maybe you're into shoes and you want to pick out some really great shoes, and wear those. For me, I go all in. It's my style of dressing. Um, I chose the color pink because when I share after, a while, I do share with some people that I was in the military. They can't believe it, and they're like, oh my gosh, she's showing up in this color that, is far from the camouflage uniforms that you find us in. And so, and it also a reminder for me to soften, to be more empathetic, to be more open minded, to have a heart and wrap myself around it. Because sometimes I, had to be in that masculine energy where I was very hard and stern and stoic. Okay. And I was protecting myself from a lot of different things, conversations, um, from places that I was into. So there has to be a big meaning behind what you're doing from a visible standpoint. So people see me, they see pink. I want them to see classy. I want them to see modern. I want them to I want them to see vibrant, and I want them to see fresh. Okay. Yes, I'm 52 years old, but guess what? We don't have to act our age. We don't have to succumb to what society has said that we need to be doing at our particular age. I wear a lot of dresses. I wear a lot of two-piece outfits that match. That's just how I am. So figure out what is your personal branding from a personal and visual standpoint. All right. And create that signature look so you can walk away when people will just say, oh, I don't know her name, but it's the pink lady, the sleigh lady. I don't know. You know what I mean? Okay. The next thing, we got to be using storytelling as our superpower. Too many times people are like, I don't know what to say about myself, or I'm just going to give too much. And I don't want people to know all about my life and this, that, and the third. Okay, well, guess what? All right. Then that means that your brand is going to be like stagnant, or, people aren't going to see you as a human behind the brand. So think about your journey, think about your challenges, think about your victories and what makes you who you are today. Infuse these personal stories into your messaging, whether you're writing on social media or you're giving a presentation or you're networking. Use these stories that show your audience, again, the human behind the brand. This emotional connection will keep you top of mind. You got to tell the story about what you did, okay? Um, when you were previously in your last chapter. I share when they're relevant. I was on a talk show or TV show, and I was talking about, some of the things that women veterans face, some of the unique challenges, and some of those unique challenges are being misunderstood, having the identity to the uniform, or just feeling invisible. And so, I just shared a little bit about how we get connected to the uniform because we have these position titles and so forth and so on. And then when you transition, all these names and titles that we had for ourselves that, we had these accolades, these achievements, they no longer really exist. And so who are you at the end of the day? So whenever you're in a certain crowd or in front of an audience, you got to know which stories to be sharing and not sharing all the things. Okay? Because when you start sharing all the things, people get confused and it gets kind of like, I've heard this before. We have so many stories. Thank you, Queen. Look, I'm trying to keep this thing together. You hear me? All right. And I look doing these workouts, eating the right foods, getting enough sleep, stop being stressed out about a whole lot of things. Okay. These are the things that we can do to really create the best, most authentic self. And the last thing that I would say is people really love being surprised in a good way. Okay. I surprise people all the time because they don't know. Like I just be talking and I'm not even sharing anything about the last 30 years of my life really. I'm just like I'm talking about everyday stuff. But do you have a skill that people wouldn't expect from someone in your industry? Maybe again, you're a motivational speaker, and I know many of us who come to this space are, and you can also play the guitar, okay? Or you're a business coach or a life coach, and you also practice stand up comedy. Whatever it is, you got to lean into it. All right. Don't discount it, don't dismiss it, and make sure people um, see how you are set apart from everyone else. It has to make you memorable and it shows that you're multidimensional, which is a powerful part of your personal brand. So I'm a fitness enthusiast. I will share my workouts. I have my do rag on, y'all. I don't look, that's how I exercise. Okay. So I will tell you, if you know, I am also a cricket machine person. I have a cricket machine where I make personal gifts like this sleigh cup, the sleigh symbol I made on my cricket machine. Okay. And it's an adhesive and I put it on the mug. But I do that. I put it on t-shirts. I put it on tote bags. You know, I do a lot of different things with the cricket machine. But that's something that I don't normally share a lot. I only share when it's appropriate because sometimes conversations lead to what are your hobbies, right? What do you like to do in your spare time? I love to shop. Okay. I am not afraid. And uh, what do you call that? Sometimes people are like, well, that shopping says that you spend a lot of money. Well, it's not really about spending money. I just like what I like. All right. I like spending time in the stores. I like to look at certain things, right? I like criminal shows. I like Dateline 2020, Cold Case Files, crime documentaries, Judge Judy, the whole thing. All right. And so think about how you're going to master the unexpected skill. Yes, absolutely, Tis. That's right. Tispiration is built on the art of surprising yourself. It is. So, all in all, y'all, and we've been on here for a little bit and we're going to start closing this down. All in all, I want you to understand that you need to build a personal brand that is memorable, that turns heads, and it opens doors. It's not about following the crowd. It's not about, doing what everybody else is doing. It's about boldly standing in their truth and making authentic connections and showing the world what only you can bring to the table. All right? Because you need to know that the world is waiting to see you and you need to start now. And the only way that you can start is to really today, I would say if you're still struggling, you need to pinpoint, okay, what makes you you. Then you need to start building. And then you need to start projecting yourself. Get out there on your LinkedIn's or Instagrams or whatever your social platform is, right? Do more speaking, do more podcasting, do something to get in front of the right people. Then you need to do passive and active networking, all right? Either online or offline. And then you need to review and refine. But all in all, I just need everyone to just be yourself. Just be yourself. Okay? And don't worry about what everyone else is saying. That's kind of how I manage to get a lot of opportunities between now and the end of this year, really. I say the end of November, but it's really the end of the year. So if you are looking for support, you can always contact me. Okay. I'll be here for you to see where you're at. And I meet people where they're at. I don't offer you a whole bunch of stuff that you don't need. Okay. I meet you where you're at, and then we build from there. So again, when you know your personal brand is attracting opportunities is when opportunities start finding you, your network grows organically, you're getting the right invitations, and you're getting consistent feedback and affirmations that it is working. Okay. So I want you all to have an amazing weekend. Okay. I know it is Fry Slay. For those that are in the southern part of the world, please be safe. All right, hunker down. I know that the Hurricane Helene is out there and it's roaring, and there's a lot of rain that is pouring down in a lot of different areas of the world. Please be safe. All right. It is National Brave Day today. So do something that you didn't want to do, but you said, hey, I'm going to do it anyway, because it is a great day to show up for yourself. So keep on slaying until you can't slay no more. And I will see you all back here on Sunday night, because I will be here for the Slay to Success talk show. And I have a slay amazing guest, y'all. Okay. And that's at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I'll be back next Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the regular time. All right, y'all. See y'all soon. Have a great day, y'all. Bye-bye.